our esteemed guests. While discussing and talking highly about the achievements India has made over the years, it is of great significance to discuss about what happens in the neighboring country, where we have an alarming human rights situation in Parachinar area of Kurram in Khyber Pakhtunkhawa. On November 21st, 2024, unknown gunmen killed over 50 Shia Muslim bus passengers, including women, children, and mostly from Shia Pashtun and tribal communities, who were traveling from the city of Parachinar to Peshawar in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhawa province. The brazen and violent attack occurred in the Uchat area of the lower Kurram region of Kurram district of Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhawa, a highly volatile area of Pakistan with a long history of sectarian clashes. In the aftermath of the massacre of Pashtun Shia bus passengers, the clash broke out in different parts of Kurram district between mobs of Shia and Sunni Muslim tribes, who targeted each other's village and burned markets and residential areas. Within a span of a few days, more than 130 people, mostly from the Shia Pashtun community, were killed and hundreds were injured. The violence pushed thousands of Pashtun Shia families to flee to different parts of Khyber Pakhtunkhawa province in search of safety. Furthermore, in the aftermath of the unending violence after November 21st, huge anti-Shia massacre happened in the Uchat Kurram area, and this too was happening under the watch and ward of establishment. Kurram district, formerly called Kurram Agency, is a mountainous area that shares a long border with Afghanistan in Pakistan's northwest province of Khyber Pakhtunkhawa district. Is about 700,000 people live there, and of which more than 42% belong to the Shia community from Turi and Bangash Pashtun tribal communities. Kurram district borders Afghanistan's Khost, Paktia, Logar and Nangarhar provinces, which are considered havens for anti-Shia armed groups such as Islamic State of Khorasan province or Afghan ISIS and Pakistan Taliban. The Kurram district has a history of sectarian conflict between the minority Shia Pashtun tribal groups and Sunni majority Pashtun tribal groups, and has also faced militancy during the past decade, with frequent attacks by TTP and other armed groups targeting the highly vulnerable Pashtun Shia minority community. Conflict dynamics in Kurram involve the interplay of tribal land dispute, sectarian clashes, and the presence of anti-Shia extremist groups. The sectarian fault lines in the Kurram district have given TTP strong grounds to strengthen its presence by exploiting sectarian and land disputes between Sunni Pashtun tribes and their Shia counterparts. TTP activities in the region have intensified the sectarian rift, bringing other Sunni militant organizations such as Afghan ISIS and TTP to Kurram district. The long history of sectarian, tribal and geopolitical divisions is responsible for the recurring patterns of violence in the ongoing conflict in Kurram district. The Kurram district comprises three administrative divisions: Upper Kurram, Central Kurram and Lower Kurram. Prominent Shia Muslim tribes including the Turi, the largest Shia Pashtun tribe, and parts of Bangash tribe inhabit Upper Kurram, which with Parachinar serving as the administrative headquarters. Central and Lower Kurram, on the other hand, are predominantly Sunni areas, home to tribes such as Bangash, Zaimukht, Mangals, Mukbel, and Musazai. These Shia and Sunni Pashtun tribes have land disputes going back to the pre-colonial era, which fueled sectarian frictions in the Kurram region. During the Second Anglo-Afghan War in 1879-80, The British colonial policy of divide and rule created a further split in an already fragmented tribal society. The recent wave of sectarian clashes in Kurram district, however, traces back to 1980s. In the aftermath of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, then military dictator of Pakistan, General Zia-ul-Haq, promoted the policy of Sunni Islamization. Under this new policy, Pakistan saw a huge influx of Afghan refugees, predominantly from the Sunni sect. General Zia patronized anti-Shia Deobandi clerics in Kurram district to weaken the Turi tribe's influence in the region. The state of Pakistan has been responsible for exacerbating the plight of Pashtun Shia minority of Kurram district due to its willful ignorance to establish rule of law in the region and largely abdicating its duty to protect and provide security to Pashtun Shia minority of Kurram district. In May 2018, the 25th Constitutional Amendment integrated the FATA region into the Khyber Pakhtunkhawa province as Khyber Pakhtunkhawa Tribal District or KPTD. The amendment grants Kurram residents in the KPTD the same political, constitutional and economic rights as other Khyber Pakhtunkhawa residents. Ineffective governance in Kurram is a primary factor in the unresolved land dispute between Pashtun tribes of different sects. The Kurram district has also seen multiple counter-terrorism offenses and intelligence-based operations since 2010 by the state of Pakistan, which have resulted, despite significant success, in rise in discontent against Pakistani military for several reasons, including huge collateral damage, large-scale displacement, human rights violations, and a lack of development in the region. All these factors exacerbated discontent, disrupting the region's economic and social fabric. All major roads leading to Kurram district, including the Parachinar Peshawar highway, have been blocked for last more than 6 months due to the ongoing violence. This has severely limited access to the area, worsening the humanitarian crisis. Sajid Hussain Turi told The Dawn, a major Pakistani English newspaper, that 37 children had died in the central hospital of Parachinar alone since the start of the conflict. The ongoing conflict and blockades in Kurram have led to a severe humanitarian crisis, particularly affecting vulnerable populations, including children and pregnant women. The lack of medical supplies and the closure of critical routes have left the region struggling to cope with mounting casualties, emphasizing the urgent need for international aid and peace efforts in the area. The world at large must take note of the deteriorating situation of Pakistan's besieged Shia Pashtun community of Kurram district of Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhawa province. Thank you so much.